The Mirror Orphans, full story. I never intended to revisit Harlow House. I inspected that place once, as part of a city shutdown review. Back then, it was just another condemned building with mold, rotting beams, and the lingering smell of old childhoods. I didn't know about the basement. Nobody did. Not until the voices started. It began 2 weeks ago when the Department of Records received an anonymous package. No return address, no note. Just an old VHS tape labeled Harlow Mirror. Do not transcribe. The warning was pointless. We digitized it anyway. The tape showed security footage from the orphanage's final month in 1987. The camera faced a narrow hallway. A single door at the end, metal, scratched and chained. Children's whispers echoed through the audio. Don't look at them. They copy wrong. They want us upstairs. They're not us. We isolated the sound. The audio team quit the next day. That door on the tape? I remembered it. But back then, it was welded shut. So, like an idiot, I went back. The return to Harlow House. The building smelled worse than before. Moisture, dust, and something sickly sweet. As I walked through the corridor, my flashlight flickered, catching glimpses of peeling murals painted by children long gone. Crude figures, large eyes, faces cut in half. Down the west hall, I found the metal door. Only now, it wasn't welded. It hung open by a single hinge. My stomach dropped. Something was breathing below. I stepped inside. The stairs creaked like they hadn't been touched in decades. The deeper I went, the colder the air became, like the oxygen was being pulled away. At the bottom was the mirror room. 12 mirrors lined the walls, old, tarnished, tall enough that each one could reflect a full adult, and in the center, a circle of small shoes, children's shoes. None had dust on them, almost like they were taken off yesterday. I approached the nearest mirror. My reflection looked normal at first. Tired eyes, heavy breath, just me. Then the reflection blinked. Half a second late. I stepped back instantly, and the reflection didn't. It stayed leaning forward, staring right at me with a hungry emptiness that I recognized immediately. This thing wanted me. Behind the glass, its face stretched into a smile I never made. And then, in the reflection behind me, I saw them. 12 pale figures. Children, barefoot, heads tilted, eyes blank and milky. The Mirror Orphans. I spun around. Nothing. But in the mirror, they moved closer. One placed his hand on the inside of the glass. His fingers were impossibly long, bending like wet sticks. Then he whispered, "Room for one more." I bolted. Halfway up the stairs, my reflection, not me, looked down into the room as if waiting for its moment to leave the mirror. It smiled. I didn't. The tapes. I should have walked away, burned the building, let the mirror rot in darkness. But curiosity ruins people. In the basement office, behind an odor-turned desk, I found a locked drawer. Inside were 10 VHS tapes, each labeled by date. The last one read, Day 34, exchanged. I played it. My blood iced. It showed the orphans standing in front of the mirrors while staff members forced them to stare directly into the glass. The children cried, screamed, begged, but the staff kept turning their heads forward. And one by one, their reflections stepped out. The real children collapsed, soulless, empty, gone. The mirror versions took their place. Nobody ever reported missing kids because the children upstairs weren't missing. They just weren't the originals anymore. The final moment. As I shut off the tape, something tapped the office window. Tap, tap, tap. I turned slowly. Outside, in the broken hallway mirror hanging crooked on the wall, my reflection stood 2 feet closer than I did, grinning, eyes pitch black. It lifted its hand. Mine didn't move. Then it whispered through the glass. You were down there too long. I ran. I didn't look back. I didn't breathe until I was outside the building entirely. But here's the part that scares me the most. When I got home, my bathroom mirror fogged over seconds after I walked in. A handprint appeared on the glass. Small, child-sized. And behind it, a reflection that wasn't mine. I don't know how long I have before it replaces me. If this video ends abruptly, you'll know why.